I have left Madeira. Well, kind of. I'm back home for the holidays. However, I have a great video coming up for you today. I'm going to show you one of my favorite restaurants to eat at in Funchal. I'm going to show you a hidden local bar that you definitely want to visit. I'm going to do a health checkup and get back in that minus 110 degrees Celsius cryo chamber, all whilst giving you a Q&A from the most asked questions about Madeira, the most asked questions about me, and the most asked questions about me leaving Madeira. So, sit down, relax, stick around. I'll see you guys back in Funchal. And we're back in Funchal. Now, I can go to a lot of places for coffee, lots of local places, but I still think this place is very underrated. So I just want to get it in another video as much as I can before I leave. Shoo. I think it's a little underrated because you have to come upstairs, but you're not really sure what you're going to expect when you do come upstairs. But let me tell you, you should expect good things because it is gorgeous with gorgeous cakes, gorgeous pastries. This is it, absolutely stunning, right? I told you they had nice pastries. Look at that, all homemade. You have the choux and the macarons and all sorts of things, cakes and biscuits and pretty places. Bon dia. Tudo bem, this is the lovely owner, Joanna. One of my favorite places to come and chill because not only do you have all of this amazing stuff, you have the view for people watching as well. Anyway, let me grab a coffee and then we'll do a little bit of that Q&A that I promised you. All right, coffee's arrived, decaf. Let's get into this Q&A. I was gonna film this on my phone so it looked better, but I realized all my blimmin' questions are on my phone. So I'm gonna split this into 3 parts. We're going to do Madeira-based questions first, then we're going to do some personal questions a bit later in the video, and then at the end of the video, we'll do a mixed bag, bit of Madeira, bit of personal questions. So continue watching, guys. If you're not following me on Instagram, you wouldn't have been able to get involved in this Q&A and put questions in. Please follow me on Instagram, interact with me there. It's a fun place to hang out, and it shows lots of behind-the-scenes stuff. So you'll be ahead of the game. You already know some of these decisions before we get there, especially with the move. So yeah, head over to Instagram and follow me there. Question number 1. Now these are questions which I've had. Some of them were quite funny to come up. So your number 1 reason for leaving Madeira. I've not actually thought about these questions, so they're going to be quick fire off the top of my head. My number 1 reason for leaving Madeira. I would say it's personal. It's nothing against Madeira. I love Madeira. I have to keep saying that because people think when I'm leaving, I'm something about Madeira. It's not. It's a personal choice. I feel like from me and for the channel, I'm in a place or I'm in a phase where I need to experience something new and exciting again and try and find that buzz. And I think what I'm looking forward to are those mini adventures or those big adventures, which I can do far more easily with Bangkok as my base, and having been here for so long and coming here for so long, I feel like it's the right time to do that. That's the political answer. No, I'm kidding. That's probably the number 1 reason. I'm not going to call it boredom because I've realized it's not boredom. I think that was the high after the hike where I was feeling bored because that was such an energy boost. But it's definitely sense of adventure. And yeah, I've always had this itch about living there. And I think in life you need to scratch those itches, otherwise it may lead to regrets. Should I hire a car in Madeira? 100% you should hire a car, and 100% you should get out of Funchal. You have not visited Madeira unless you get into the mountains and into the nature. I said that's one thing I'm going to miss, or one of the things that I'm going to miss, and I really mean that. The nature here and the viewpoints and the outdoors is just spectacular and so varied. Of course, you can take a tour. You don't need to hire a car. And Duarte, the guy who runs the tour company that I recommend, is in the description and you can find videos with him on my channel. But hiring a car it gives you the flexibility, it gives you the freedom. It's not as scary as what you think, and you should 100% do it. Again, I recommend a guy I trust, or a company I trust. It's a company, it's not a guy, but it's a company that I trust. I just know the guy who runs it. That's also in the description. Use them. On both of them, use the discount code that I have and you'll get a discount for doing that. So thank you to them for offering that for you guys. But these are 2 people I trust and 2 people I recommend using, and 100% hire a car in Madeira. What will you miss most about Madeira? I mean, it would be easy to say, the view, the mountain landscapes, the ease of getting into nature. Of course, I'm going to miss all of those things. But there are certain connections here that I will miss. One in particular, you can probably guess, I will miss a lot. And that was one of the hardest bits about making this decision and flip-flopping between the both, because I don't really know if that's for the best or for the worst, but you only know by doing it. But for sure I'll miss the nature, for sure I'll miss all of those activities and things, and the community I built through the channel, meeting you guys in the street, all of these things that add into it. All right, 2 more. We'll make these quick fire. Favorite hike in Madeira? Okay, this is probably one of the questions I get asked most, having hiked across the island. However, hiking across the island is very different to doing an individual hike. So I would say the peak to peak, you absolutely must do if it's open, and it's not going to be open by the time this is released, but I think April it's going to be open. But if it's just a hike that you don't want to do that crazy 6-hour challenge, then I recommend Virada do Lorano. I'll put it on the screen, but Virada do Lorano. Start in Porto de Cruz, park the car, walk up. It's 40 minutes, it's hard to get up to the Virada. And then you've got an hour and a half to walk along the most stunning coastal views, with peaks back along the coast and then peaks to the end of the island. And then you get to the end, have an amazing view, and then you walk back, and then you have lunch, of course, in Porto de Cruz, and have a well-earned drink as well. So that one is probably my favorite. And the last question in this little segment of Q&A is, do I do tours in Madeira? I have done one tour. I've done a food tour in Funchal. It's not really something I've thought about or wanted to do, but it was someone's birthday and I agreed to it, and it was a lot of fun. So, you know, by the time this comes out, there's a month and a half left. Heck, why not? If you want to ask me about a food tour in Funchal or whatever else, reach out to me on Instagram, and yeah, we can see. You can see if something works. Anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee, and then I need to go to the bike shop. I want to have a look at some motorcycles, because I'm thinking about the future. Show you guys that, and I need to sort some stuff out. And then we've got something even more fun for you guys after that. So many of you ask me whether it's safe to drive or ride in Madeira. I thought I'd turn the camera on and I'd show you what it's like to go through the center of Funchal in the morning. So here's a morning ride through the center of Funchal. So what I'd say is it's no better and it's no worse than anywhere else. Of course, if you're from the UK, you're on the other side, so you have to get used to that. But I think it's a little bit overblown. Of course, the reputation for drivers is a bit crazy, let's say, and that can be the case, especially on the highways. However, you'll see that it's fine. And of course, during rush hour, there's a bit of traffic. So once you get out of the city, it's much smoother. People are worried about the hills, but most of the cars or bikes that you're going to rent are automatic. So you don't even need to worry about the hills in that sense. Coming down, you need to be a bit careful. You can get around Funchal without it, but yeah, definitely do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the bike place. All right, I'm here, MZ Bike. This is where I bought my bike from. I actually have something to speak to them about the bike, something that never turned up. However, since I'm leaving, I am thinking about what kind of bike I will get when I go to Thailand. So I thought I'd just come and have a look at them. I mean, bikes like this, maybe not this brand. What am I thinking? I definitely don't want a sports type, because that's not really me. It's not really what I want from the channel, but like an adventurer touring bike is definitely something I'm interested in. They have a lot, I mean, the Royal Enfields are stunning, but they're too big, 450, 750. But this would be absolutely perfect. Imagine exploring around Thailand and into other countries as well. I think you can get bike passports to take them into Laos and take them into Cambodia. That would be so much fun. But even just around Thailand, Thailand is, well, one of the best things for me about Thailand is exploring around by motorcycle. If I go there and I realize it is the right decision, then I'll definitely buy one. I probably won't buy one immediately, but I'm already starting to think about it. Look at this one. That's pretty, isn't it? So if you're wanting to buy a bike and you're not wanting to buy Honda, this is actually a good place to come, because they have your scooters here. I mean, I've just said hiring a car, but if you're living here, I think scooters are the best. This is what I have. I have a Piaggio, but they have Vespas, all sorts of things. I mean, these are good for the city. You can get into the mountains. They're powerful enough to get into the mountains. Ah, here they are. Oh, that's a Liberty, a smaller one. But then they have all of these second-hand bikes, which obviously you pay less for. Sometimes they get some really cool bikes in here, some classics. This one is quite cool, this old school Vespa. But yeah, they have lots in here. These will be second-hand. But the benefit of riding a bike instead of a car is parking. You can basically park the bike anywhere and you can skip between all of the traffic. That's why I love it. Just thought I'd show you. I'm going to do my admin stuff, see if I can sort this out, because I'm going to sell my scooter. So if you're looking for a scooter in Madeira, it's basically brand new and looked after very nicely. It's the ABS Medley 125cc. If you want JoeyP's scooter, drop me a message on social media. We can see if we can come to an agreement. And then I'll buy myself one of these. Not quite. Not quite. Aye, welcome to Madeira. Have to go to a government office and queue up, and then they have to order something for weeks. If only things could be online like they were in the UK. That's one of the drawbacks. There's a lot of paper chasing and bureaucracy here, and you have to just deal with it and go through with it. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to pick up with you guys at Coolzone, and we're going to probably go back in that minus 110 degrees cryo chamber, but also going to get a full body scan again and see where I'm at with my health. That'll be fun. See you guys there. If you had seen my channel recently, you will have seen a video called I Survived a minus 110 degree cryo chamber. It was the first time I've ever done something like that, and it was quite interesting. But not only that, I had a full body scan, a full measurement of my body, and I really think that is beneficial. So before I let it all loose over Christmas, it's been about a month since I had the last one, maybe 6 weeks. I want to baseline myself for where I am now, so I know for when I come back what I'm working towards or where I was. So I'm back at Coolzone. They've invited me back to have another scan and probably another run in the cryo chamber. Remember, Lily?
Hi,
You're
guys.
my health therapist, health specialist?
Health specialist.
That's the one, health therapist. Maybe after the results, you'll be my health therapist.
Yeah, well, if you've been doing everything correctly, you should be fine.
We'll see. So we're going to do the body scans, and then are we going in the chamber?
Yes, we are.
We compare to last time, aren't we?
Yep, and we'll just get you ready
No hiding
in a
here.
minute.
Yeah, so
And then we'll start everything.
first task, get my kit off. And just like that, I'm changed, although I've thought of an issue.
Which is?
I'm gonna have put on some weight. My hair is about 3 times the size, right?
Oh my days.
So that's my excuse.
Okay, fine. So we'll have more volume.
We'll have more volume, and we'll have probably an extra kilo, to be honest. And this is the cutest member of the clinic, I think. Look at you. Who said I don't like dogs? All right, we're back.
Yeah.
Back in my favorite place, the results center or the scan center. So this is the one where we'll actually see if anything has changed.
Yeah, and we'll be able to compare the before and after, so no pressure.
Onto the scanner. This is the scanner. It takes about 30 seconds max, and then the results will come on the screen.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's do it. Oh, I don't know. Can you guys see a difference? Oh, hold on. I can see changes.
Uh-huh.
So, interesting.
Just from visuals, you look a lot leaner. And then
Love
we can see
handles.
here the exact before and afters. So you've got minus 1.5 kilos.
Yeah, look at that. Minus 1.6 kilos. When did I have it done? October, 2 months. And I've not exactly been a good boy with my eating.
So yeah.
I have been trying, but not.
Small
perfect.
changes, but still the changes and the positive
So a
changes.
kilo and a half of body fat.
Yeah.
A kilo and well, pretty much everything I've lost is body fat, which is good news,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because.
And you've been doing the exercise I gave you?
Yes. What?
That was a long pause.
The results speak for themselves, I think.
All right, that could be nutrition. Okay. Right, let's have a look at your measurements. Yeah. You've lost on everything. Sorry.
What? Is it worse?
No, your posture's better. Can't you see?
Say that again.
Joey, your posture is better.
And therefore, the snide question about the exercises.
Okay, fine. I can see you've been doing it.
So we're looking
Be
good.
knowledgeable about
We're
it.
looking good.
Yes, you're looking much better.
And
much
I
healthier.
will say, I will give credit to this scan because the first scan gives you motivation to work towards the second scan. And whilst I could have done more, I still fully had it in mind and was pushing towards doing this one. Next up, to delay the inevitable, because I wasn't really looking forward to the minus 110 degrees, was a quick run through the infrared light chamber. Done. That one I actually enjoy a lot, more and more each time I do it, because initially, I must admit, I wasn't really seeing the point of it, but since I did it the first time, I've read more and more about the benefits of it, and actually, I think I'm fully on board now. Red light therapy is definitely something I think we should all think about, and it's very calming, it's very peaceful, and if it's doing you benefit too, then yeah, all the better. Anyway, time to do the cryo chamber. Cryo chamber time.
Second time.
Yeah, I'm not as worried about it this time, as I know what to expect. But I'm still not looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to it. So remind me, we've got 10 to 15 seconds
Yeah.
in minus 10.
Yeah, then we're just walking past.
Walking through minus 160. And then we're gonna aim for 2 minutes, but see how far we can push it, for minus 110. And there are benefits to this, right?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
all I need. There you go.
Especially if you guys ever suffer with chronic pain and inflammation, this is the perfect thing for you.
We're not just doing it for stupidity's sake. You
And
ready?
I'm always ready. Born ready. The good
Born
thing
ready.
is we know we'll not regret it. It'll feel so much better when
You
we come
won't.
out.
All right.
It's hard now before we go in, but when you come out,
All right,
it's
all right,
completely
all right. I
worth
trust
it.
you, I trust you. Lead the way.
Okay, guys, we're gonna start. Follow me. This is minus 10 degrees
Run,
Celsius.
run, run. No, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking.
Fine. Nice and fresh.
This is all right.
Yeah, we had maintenance the past few days, so it can feel a bit fresher
And
than usual.
Well, the other thing is, like, the temperature in Madeira has been slightly lower recently. So the differential between when I was last here and it was normally 30 degrees
Yeah.
and now it's 15 degrees.
Yeah,
It's less of a differential.
definitely. Are we ready for the second chamber?
Yeah.
Into minus 60.
Let's go.
Up
Let's
to you.
go. Woo! Wait, it's snowing.
It is Christmas.
Yeah, there you go. It's snowing in minus 60. All right, and then on to minus 110.
Let's go. Breathe.
Oh, I don't want to do it. Oh my God. All right. Oh my. My God. Ay, ay, ay. How did you find that? What did we do?
We did 220.
220.
Someone wanted to do 3 minutes, but
No, well, I was in. Okay, I said 3 minutes with bravado. When I was in there, I was thinking 2:30, and I think I could have done it. The reason I came out and I wanted my nipples were on fire. My nipples are on fire. I wasn't going to say if you get that, but like, come on, is this normal?
yes.
Jesus,
We do have nipple
Christ.
covers as well.
You
if
tell
want.
me now.
It wasn't a problem before.
Honestly, by like 1:43,
Yeah.
it just felt like someone lit a match under my nipples, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, I'm not going to make 2:30. I'm not going to make 2:30. But
Yeah.
the same feeling as last time. Coming out is a
Yeah.
complete body high.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
why I said it'll feel worth it.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't want it, we were like, oh.
should be illegal. It's that much of a body high.
Yeah.
It felt a
It's
little colder
doping.
than last time. Must
Natural
admit.
doping.
Natural
Yeah, it
doping.
does. It does. Because when we do maintenance, usually we also feel that as well. We always feel it's it's extra spicy, you know?
But it was
Extra
good.
fresh.
It was good. Would I do it again? Yes. But when my nipples thaw out,
Yeah. Next time you can use the covers.
Next time I can use the coat, you can watch that one. That will be soon when I'm back. Anyway, okay. Thank you so much. Had fun. Enjoyed my results. Enjoyed the cryo chamber. Enjoyed the red light therapy. I've actually met people who've seen the video and bumped into me, and I've been telling them, you know what? Even if you're just coming and doing the body scan and you kind of know where you are with your body and where your health and your measurements. Even if it's literally just that, and then you have your own motivation to lose the weight or get healthier or get fit or whatever it is, I think it's really worthwhile. I'm finding it useful, but I'm sorry about this. I'm going to have to go for lunch now.
Okay.
3 courses.
Well, you will be missed.
I'll see you guys there. All right, lunch, and I am absolutely starving. I think I deserve lunch after those results. So I've come to a place which is one of my favorite restaurants. It is called Akua by JoeyP. Now, if you've been watching the channel again recently, you'll have seen I've done some live streams in there. Hey, he can be on camera, there you go. Super fan. You'll have seen I've done some live streams at a place called Campo, which is the meat version. This one, the speciality here is fish. It's not the cheapest, it's a higher end restaurant in Madeira, but what they do in lunchtime is they do a lunch menu. For €15.90, you can come and have 3 courses. So it starts with bread. Now, this sourdough bread, I've said this before, I think this is my favorite sourdough bread in Madeira, even though the bread in Madeira is pretty good. And then you get high quality butter. In Campo, because it's the meat place, you get chorizo crumbs to go on it. Here, you've got crushed up nori, and then you get olives as well. It's a little busy outside, so I'm inside at the bar, the chef's table, let's say. So you get to watch the chefs doing their thing, preparing. You get a choice. You get a choice of fish in each place, and you get a choice of meat in each place. And I say each place because all of his restaurants do this menu. But you can't come to the fish expertise place and not have fish or seafood. So I've gone with octopus. But first up, let's try this bread. You can see, big wedge of bread. I'm just gonna break that open and get an absolute portion of that butter on. Get some of that nori paste in there as well, nori powder in there as well. How good does that look? So good. That is good. Is it better than the chorizo crumb one? I don't know. That nori flavor is so interesting with that butter and that bread. Never really thought of that or had that before. But the bread is so good. It's so soft on the inside and so crunchy crust on the outside. Lots of flavor in there. Definitely a good starter at this restaurant. And the olives, come on. I always say this, but if you have bad bread at a restaurant, it gets the meal off on a bad start. But this stuff is good. And I think this table is the place to sit, right? I love watching things being prepared, especially when it's busy. It would just be a buzz of action in here. Anyway, whilst I eat my bread, why don't we do a few more questions from that Q&A? How is my health? So if you didn't know, I had a health scare earlier in the year when I was in Taiwan. Had an issue with my heart, out of nowhere, completely out of nowhere. And the good news is, whilst I think it put a lot of stress on my heart initially, and it took some time to get back into normality, not like that, but you know what I mean, in terms of getting used to all the feelings, because when you've had something like that, you feel everything. But now I've relaxed, now I've settled down. It hasn't happened again since. I haven't had to take any of the medication that I was given just in case it happened. And touch wood, somewhere, touch wood, that it stays that way. And obviously as time has gone on, I've settled more back into normality. Like I don't worry about alcohol now. I'm exercising as much as I can, as you could see in the results. And yeah, I don't really think about it that much. Every now and then I get a little like jolt in my chest, but then I think that's normal to have a skip beat now and then. I think that's completely normal. So yeah, it's been good. And I'm feeling good with it actually. I'm feeling fit and I'm feeling healthy. So yeah, don't worry about that, guys. Thank you for your care, but everything is good. Did I achieve my goals for 2025? Now on the channel, I think I wanted to post 100 videos and I think I achieved that. I also wanted to get 1.5 million views total, so 1 million views extra, and I think I completely smashed that. And then also I wanted to get 15,000 subscribers, and we're on 24,000 subscribers. So I think from a YouTube perspective, I completely smashed it. So it's been successful in that sense, albeit at times incredibly frustrating, especially the last month. But that's how YouTube is. It goes through ups and downs. Can't rely on consistency in that sense. It's just how the algorithm works. In terms of personal stuff, it was a more chilled year, obviously, with the health issue earlier in the year. I just wanted to chill through the summer and focus on feeling good and getting my confidence back. And I think I did that. Hiking the island was a massive goal achieved for me, and it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. And I'm going to remember that forever. And thank you to Paddy for joining me on that. It made it all the better. But yeah, I didn't really set a huge amount of personal goals this year because of the health issue. It were mainly the YouTube goals that I set before that health issue. But I think overall it's been a successful year. What about you guys? Have you guys done what you want this year? It's been a good year overall, I think. Interesting year overall, I think, especially with these new decisions. There's been a lot on my mind, especially with the move. There's been a lot on my mind thinking about it, trying to make a decision. So it feels like a transitional year. And I think I'm set up really nicely for 2026. And that's the next question. What are my goals for 2026? But before I answer that, we've destroyed the bread, but the main course has turned up. Octopus with Madeira couscous. Look at that, we have half a baby octopus on there, and we have vibrant green cabbage, and then we have the couscous with a whole family, this doesn't sound good when I call them that, but a whole family of prawns underneath. That looks pretty good, I would say. First things first, let's give it a try. Let's try some of that octopus, why not? And some of that couscous. Wow, the octopus is soft, but has a texture to it. It doesn't just disappear in your mouth. You have to get through it. But the char on it, smoky, rich. The couscous is delicious, very citrusy. So, 2026 goals. For the channel, we're on about 2.5 million views right now, which is crazy, more than I expected at this point. So what do we target? Do we try and double that, or do we go for another 1 million views? Maybe we should be conservative and go for another 1 million views. We get to 3.5. Or maybe we go and say, we'll go for 4 million views total by the end of next year. That would be good, that would be fun. In terms of videos, I want to focus more, less to be the travel guide, less to be the tour guide, less to be informational. And I want to really focus on storytelling. I want to focus more on the personal side of it. Yes, of course, there will be information. Yes, of course, there will be guides and things like that. It's good to scatter them in. But I think I focus too much on that. And I really want to focus on storytelling. Less to think, let's make the best cinematic video ever. Not that I do that much anyway, but really more on, can we make it interesting? Can we make it entertaining? Can we come up with cool video concepts? Can we try different things? I want to lean more into the travel side of it, more into the personal side of it, more into the life side of it, and less into the food, but we'll see. I guess the algorithm will dictate that. But it's exciting because moving to Thailand opens new opportunities, it opens new collaboration opportunities. There'll be hopefully videos with Gary and Paddy and all sorts of new people that I come across. And then the personal goals are obviously settling into a new place, settling into a new country, settling into a new culture, trying to see if I can make myself happy there and establish myself there like I have here. So it's going to be an interesting year, both for me and inevitably on the channel. Another winner, absolutely delicious. To be honest, guys, I've eaten quite a few of these lunch menus at all of his restaurants. I've never had a bad lunch, and I've never had a bad dish, really. Whatever you choose, whatever you fancy, it generally comes out pretty damn well, and I'm left very, very happy. Now, I do recommend coming for the full menus here because they're incredible as well. And we should probably do a full video of this place, shouldn't we? But yeah, very happy with that, as you can see. And finally, dessert. I should also say that the menu includes coffee at the end. So I've gone for Chinesa, decaf, and it also includes water. And then the dessert here is a coconut panna cotta style dessert, I guess, with pineapple. That looks quite good, doesn't it? Let's try it. Wow, pineapple and coconut is a good mix, but that is intense. Anyway, the last question of this section is what are my travel plans for 2026? to be honest, that's not something I've really thought about. Obviously, we'll be starting the exploration in Bangkok. There'll inevitably be some Thailand travel, but then where do you guys want to see me go? I mean, the videos will be different. The videos will be, as I said, they'll be more story-based, more adventure-based, hopefully some cool ideas. So you'll be watching them for travel entertainment, I guess, and to see me, of course. But where would you want to go? China, Vietnam, Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Australia. I guess the Eastern world is our oyster. I don't really have any plans yet, or any video concept ideas yet. So if you'd like to comment and let me know where you would like to see or any cool ideas. But don't say Madeira because you know we're going. Now, one thing I've been looking for recently as part of a present is the poncha stick, and the one that you spin up to mix the poncha up. I've been looking for that as part of a present, and I cannot find one anywhere. Who can believe it? I found the poncha glasses, I found the rum, found the lemons, of course, but I cannot find the stick and the Twizzler. Can't remember the name of it. However, I reckon the Christmas market might be the place to find one. Seems one of those like touristy places where they might have them, I think. If you haven't seen my video on the Christmas market, come and do that. There's some good things here to eat, to drink, festive atmosphere. It's quiet now. Let's have a look. I think in this ethnographic area, they have crafts and we might be in luck, although it'll probably be some like crazy price now. Desculpa. I'm not going to show you this stuff because we've already done it, but here you go. Look at that. Straight in there and straight out there. But we've got both. We've got the pounder, and so we need one of them. And we need one of those sticks. What size do we go for? Maybe we'll go for this one. Look at that. Then again, maybe that. If it was for my dad, he'd love that one. But sadly, this isn't for my dad, so I don't think we'll be getting this one. But if that's what you're interested in, I think we'll just go for the standard ones. 5 and... and this is... 5, 5, okay, 10. Obrigado, muito obrigado.
Obrigado.
I'm happy with that. Let's hope the person who gets it will be too. All right, just before we wrap it up for this part of the video, because we're going to head to the airport tomorrow and actually leave Madeira. It wasn't clickbait, but I just wanted to show you this place, a snack bar, a traditional snack bar, a very local snack bar called Snack Bar California. Now, I don't often come to places like this, very, very deeply local. This is probably even more local than I'm normally used to. It's one of those places you feel you're going to get looked at when you go into, but you know what? It's not like that at all, and I think it's interesting. No, please. Listen, it's facing me. Oh, his face, he tried to walk past and whoo, like he saw a ghost. Anyway, I came here the other day with Peep Sheep. We were doing a live stream and we had a beer here and the atmosphere was awesome and they were very friendly and it's pretty interesting inside. Well, let me show you. We'll go in a second. I just want to show you around here just to locate it. It's next to Rei de Poncha is over here, one of the most famous bars for poncha on the whole island, definitely in Funchal. But then just around the corner, you have this, Snack Bar California. Look at this, full of locals. Full of oh, I should probably get my money, shouldn't I? If we're going to buy a beer, probably actually going to have to pay for it. Take 2. Perhaps a little bit intimidating on the inside, but not a bit of it. You can sit outside. Hola, boa noite. Superbog mini, faz favor. Obrigado. So you look at the price of this. Little beer, €1.20. And not only that, you get a dentinho, which I had this on the live stream. Hopefully it's the same stuff. Obrigado. Do you have a toothpick? Obrigado. And I get change. Muito obrigado. So not only do I get a dentinho, a little snack, I get change from my €1.20. Isn't that ridiculous? But you can sit outside if you're worried. So you don't really need to worry. And they're super friendly in here. I mean, no one cares. You've got the football on the TV. You've got all the locals in here, in drinking after work. You've got food being cooked. You can have snacks here, but that's snack and a beer for €1.15 is ridiculous, right? proper atmosphere in there, shouting in a good way. But this little snack, this is gizzards, chicken gizzards and fries. And it may look rustic, of course, it's just a snack that comes with it, right? Think of it like a tapa. Whenever you order a drink, you get a little plate. But it was so good. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And with those fries, that's worth coming for a drink, just in itself. So good. So, cold beer, a plate of gizzards and chips. What more do you want in Madeira? Cheers, guys. I know it's been a bit of a mishmash of a video, but I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been quite fun to make, actually. Food's been good, things have been good. Just sharing my day with you, basically. This isn't my normal day, though. Seriously, this is so good, so good. Come with a few friends. Don't be intimidated. They were so I said, look, I'm gonna film again. Not gonna film again, but I'm gonna put you on camera. He was ready for me to go in. He was smiling, friendly face. Everyone in there is looking, but in a good way. But these are the experiences that you want. Yeah, Rei de Poncha is good, it's over there. You can get a nice poncha over there, but it's a bit stale. This is, you know, you come to Portugal for stuff like this, right? And I just wanted to highlight it, I wanted to show it. Somewhere I would never have come if we weren't just walking past on the live stream, and the place we were going to go to was shut. But yeah, why not? Oh, they're so nice in there, so friendly. They even gave me another plate of the food just because I said I liked it so much. So friendly, definitely a great little stop. So glad I found that place. Sometimes you got to take a risk, right? Anyway, I don't know how, but it's 7 o'clock in the evening, obviously, and I haven't even started to pack yet. My flight's in the morning. I'm gonna go home and pack. I won't show you that, but I'll catch up with you guys in the morning and we'll head to the airport and we'll finally leave this place. Guys, welcome back. Welcome to the beauty that is England. The beauty that is England, where it's getting dark at 3 o'clock. Like, what even is this? I'm down in Essex. I'm at my grandfather's. This is the Thames estuary, and it's getting dark at 3 o'clock. It's cold. It's wet. It's a little bit miserable, but it's England. What else do you expect? A little sad to leave Madeira, I must admit, but I'm looking forward to going back to Alderney. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
But I didn't, yeah, even here people wave at the camera, but I didn't get to finish my questions, and I was going to do it at the airport on the way back, but it was pouring with rain. Looks like Madeira wanted to prepare me for the weather here. So we're going to do it here instead. I have a few questions left, including, will I ever return to Madeira? And how much money do I earn on YouTube? Seems to be a popular question. But we'll start off with one from my father. Asks me it more than anyone else, and I get this question a lot. When are you going to get a real job? Well, if I had £1 or €1 every time I had that question, I wouldn't need a real job. Well, I'm going to hold it off at arm's length as long as I can. I say this to people that this now is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle choice. It probably won't be forever, right? Unless it really takes off. I make enough money to live, I make enough money to survive, I make enough money to have this lifestyle. And what's really important to me now is time and flexibility. Like I've said in previous videos, this is what I value. I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing the time I have to myself to choose what I want to do. I'm chasing the flexibility that I have to do what I want to do and when I want to do it. And I'm just really enjoying it. It's a very fulfilling way to live. Almost like a middle of my life retirement. But I'm sure there's no doubt when circumstances change, when I have family and I'm married and all of these things, maybe life will change. But for now, this is my real job, and it's a lot more hard work than people think. Anyway, next one. How do I stay slim when I eat so much? Well, it's a challenge. I'm not always slim. I fluctuate between 70 kilos and 80 kilos. Earlier in this year, I was 81, 82 kilos, and I had a little health scare, and I've come all the way down to, as we saw in this video, what was it, 71.2? Not bad, not bad. But it's difficult. I walk a lot and I fast. I do intermittent fasting. I normally skip breakfast on most days. But I think walking is the big one. And then I think of it on a weekly level. If I smash the food and the calories on day one, on day two, I reduce it. And then overall, you're having your target calories, right? So you don't just look at it day by day, you look at it at a week and a monthly level. But yeah, if I have a lot or I go through a phase, I will get the walking. I normally walk 20 to 30,000 steps a day. Now, obviously that includes the time, or it needs the time to do that, but you can find a way of exercising that suits you. I like to walk. So yeah, it's not as easy as it seems, and I've still got a little way to go, but you can do it too. One tip you'd give people about Madeira. One tip, geez. Okay, there's a lot, obviously. But the one tip I would say, I think the important one, if you're thinking of moving to Madeira, I think there's a lot of people who come here or come there and think, oh, I want to move here. Or they watch the videos online and they think, I want to move there, which is fine. It's an amazing place. I did it. But before I did it, I spent a lot of time there. So don't just come because you saw JoeyP's videos. Don't just come because you saw whoever's videos. Don't just come because you spent a week on holiday and you loved it. Actually come there and live there for a few months and see what real life is like. That's what I did in Thailand to make my decision. I went there and I lived. I didn't do all the fun, exciting stuff. If you go to Madeira and you're on a Jeep tour, and then you're in the mountains, and then you're in the sea, and then you're walking around Funchal with the Christmas lights or whatever it is, you're gonna fall in love with it, come on. After a month of eating Portuguese food or Madeiran food, or a month of living next to a dog barking, or a month of dealing with the bureaucracy, do you really want to live there? Or when you want to go home and see family and the wind delays your flights, do you really want to live there? Now, the answer might be yes, but at least you know the answer will be yes. Try it first. I think that's quite important because inevitably you'll be signing up to a year contract or buying a house like some of you. So don't just jump in. Got to admit though, it is quite pretty, isn't it? I mean, actually when it's clear and there's better weather, you can see across the river onto the other side and you can see much further. It is much prettier, but it's even pretty like this. Just wish it was a bit lighter, to be honest, and a bit warmer. However, how much money do I earn on YouTube? That is a question I get asked a lot. How do I make the money? Some people are confused. Some people don't know how much you can earn on YouTube. The good news is there's no limit to how much you can. The money from YouTube itself comes from the adverts that you guys see, or when you have premium, that portion when you watch my video comes to me. So essentially the more views, the more I earn. And then of course you can have memberships. I do have memberships open, you know, and if you want to be a member and see some bonus footage or get in contact with me, then you can do that. You click the join button and then people donate. People send money to my PayPal to say thank you for the tips or whatever else. They enjoyed the videos, whatever. So this is all great. This is, I guess, coming straight through from the videos. And this varies, obviously, depending on how many views you get, but it's broadly a nice baseline, let's say, but it's definitely not survivable unless you're a really big channel, and then it can be very, very good. What really helps is the brand deals. When I get a brand deal, this is good. So when I have brand deals, if you feel like buying the product, and I only put products on there which I really believe in, and that really does help. So you can trust that as well. If it's on there, it's because I believe in it and I use it myself. So yeah, that really helps. And then also I have things like the travel guides and the travel maps. What I learned is you have to have a diverse income, because if one drops, you want to pick up on the other one. And this year was the focus to try and build that out. And I think it's really worked. I'm a bit worried that when I go to Thailand, that's all going to drop. I have to build it up again from scratch with that and trust in another place. But that's how it goes, right? So overall, I earn a livable wage, definitely a livable wage. It's a nice lifestyle, but it's nothing crazy. It's nothing to quit your job about. You have to want to do this. You have to enjoy making videos. And yeah, I do for now. So it makes sense, but it doesn't mean I don't have concerns in some months when some months are difficult. But I think that's normal. It's normal in every job, right? Anyway, last question. When will I, or will I ever, come back to Madeira? And the answer, of course, is yes. You never know. I might get out there and after 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, realize I made the wrong decision. And I might want to come back. However, even if I think it's the best decision and I love it, which hopefully I will, I'll come back anyway because I have people to see, I have things to do. There'll be a desire to visit because I love the place. So at least once a year, let's say, it'll probably be once a year. I don't think it'll be at least once a year, but it'll definitely be once a year because I want to come back and see people. So this won't be the end of Madeira content. If I'm back, I'm filming. You guys know that, right? But obviously, if things don't go to plan, then I'll be back anyway. Anyway, that is the end of the video. We've made it to England. There's going to be a couple of videos, at least one, maybe a couple of videos from England. Now, England, I'm going to meet up with Gary, and then we're going to go to Alderney for Christmas. I might even film you a video there. At the very least, I'm going to do a live stream. So thank you very much. And as the rain is starting, I'm going to check out. Take care, guys.